We all know that the Toyota Land Cruiser and Land Cruiser Prado are amazingly capable SUVs, and in India we have also seen the urban cruiser. But now what if I told you that there is something called the Toyota Land Hopper 2? So a few months back, earlier this year, Toyota brought in the new Land Cruiser Prado, and of course that SUV looks amazing. But at that time, Toyota also announced that they are working on two more all-new SUV models, out of which one is said to be a mini version of the Land Cruiser. And just a few days back, Toyota has applied for a registration of the trademark called Land Hopper. So the name of the upcoming mini Land Cruiser is likely to be Toyota Land Hopper. Internally, this vehicle is said to be a Jimny killer, and Toyota is likely to unveil the vehicle officially at the upcoming Japan Mobility Show in the later part of October. Now, what are the details of the Toyota Land Hopper? As we know, well, we'll just get to that. Now, Toyota is likely to offer the Land Hopper with multiple powertrain options. There will be a petrol hybrid powertrain, there will be a diesel powertrain, and there will be an all-electric version itself. Now, talking about the all-electric model, the electric powertrain will be shared with the Toyota Tacoma. A new powertrain is being developed for that vehicle, and that is likely to be shared with the Toyota Land Hopper. Talking about the petrol hybrid powertrain, this will be a 1.5 liter powertrain with a turbocharged petrol engine, and this is also offered on the Toyota Corolla Cross currently. Talking about the diesel engine, it is likely to be the same 2.8 liter 4-cylinder diesel engine which currently powers the Hilux and the Fortuner. Now, talking about the size of the vehicle, the Toyota Land Hopper is likely to be 4.3 meters long, which means it will be slightly bigger than the Jimny 5-door and the Mahindra Thar, and of course the size is likely to be in the same bracket as the Hyundai Creta and the Honda Elevate. As far as the platform goes, the Toyota Land Hopper is likely to be based on a modified version of the current GAF architecture, which also underpins various Toyota vehicles like the Tundra, Tacoma, and even the Lexus GX. Talking about the exact dimensions, the length of the Toyota Land Hopper will be 4351 millimeters, the width will be 1854 millimeters, and the height will be 1880 millimeters, which means it will be a mid-size SUV, not too big, not too small. Now, talking about the off-road credentials, well, this vehicle is also likely to be quite capable, just like Toyota's other SUVs which we have seen over the past few decades. And yes, Toyota does have a proper pedigree of off-road oriented vehicles. Now, if the Toyota Land Hopper actually makes it to India, the Jimny will not be its only rival. Of course, it will rival the Jimny, but it will also give competition to the upcoming Mahindra Thar 5-door and even the Mahindra Scorpio-N. Now, keeping the engine specs into consideration, the Toyota Land Hopper, if it comes to India, won't be very cheap. So, of course, it is likely to be priced between rupees 22 to rupees 28 lakh in India. But even at that price, I think it could stir up the market really well. Now, the next generation of the Fortuner is also likely to make its debut next year. And of course, the current one itself is quite expensive. So, the new one will also be more expensive, and the Land Hopper could be a nice product to fill in the gap below the Fortuner. In terms of global competition, the closest rivals of the Land Hopper will of course be the Suzuki Jimny and the Ford Bronco. We still have our doubts on whether Toyota will launch the Land Hopper in India or not, because of course the 2.8 liter diesel engine variant won't be exactly cheap, but if they do bring in the petrol hybrid powertrain, even then it could be a very nice contender in the segment. So these are the things that we know about the upcoming mini version of the Toyota Land Cruiser, which will be called the Land Hopper most likely. And what are your thoughts on this mini version of this off-road oriented SUV? Let us know in the comment section below. If Toyota does launch such a vehicle over here in the 25 lakh price bracket, will you opt for one? Also let us know that in the comment section below.